What's up, guys? Good morning. It is Monday, 4/22. Hope you guys had an amazing weekend. I wanted to talk about this interesting study I found from the University of Chicago. But before I do that, make sure you press that red button that says subscribe and that notification bell so YouTube can notify you every time I post a video. So, we all know or have probably heard from our parents or somebody else about watching TV makes you dumber, or something similar to that, where it is just a complete and utter waste of time. And there's an interesting study out of the University of Chicago a few years ago that looked at the number of hours of time watched on television and income. And I think you can see where this is going. There's a direct correlation between the amount somebody earns and how much time that they watch. So you're going to have an inverse relationship between the two. Inverse just means opposite. I'll show you what I mean with a little diagram because I have a new magic marker to show you this. So let's say as this goes up, this goes down. This is income, dollar signs, and this is TV minutes. So, if you look at this here, this is what I mean by an inverse relationship. So, as this being, say, 150, that's what the thing goes up to in here, $150,000 a year, and this being, I think it was like 10 grand per year. This being 5 hours per day on average. And then I think this was much less. I don't remember what it was. I don't remember what that one was. And what that says is that as income increases, the amount of TV watched goes down. So back in 2009 was the last time I had a television. I didn't know about this. This actually study didn't come out, I think, until 2012 or 2013. But I didn't own a TV. I was like, TV is just a waste of my time. Like, I want to succeed. I want to learn. I want to grow. That's still my perpetual everyday, is to better myself, to learn something new, to try something, to grow as a person, learn more about myself, etc. And that's always been the case. So back in 2009, that was fucking 10 years ago. That was the last time I owned a TV. And I would take that time. I did a lot of reading. At this point, I do a lot more listening to educational podcasts. I like to listen to things on real estate and business and finance. I also watch a lot of business or finance type YouTube videos. So I think this makes perfect sense. One of the statistics in here is, say people who make less than $30,000 a year, roughly 22.5% from this study, watched, I think it was more than 5 hours, per day on average. So roughly about 1 in 4 people who make less than $30,000 a year watch more than 5 hours a day. That's crazy. That's so crazy. Like, fucking. If you went up to making $60,000 to $75,000 a year, the amount of television drops significantly down to 12%. 12% that are watching 5+ hours per day on average. Now, if you go up to 150,000, less than 1.1% of all the people who reported earning over $150,000 a year watched more than 5 hours per day. So a very small percentage of people watch more than 5 hours per day. That's crazy. But it makes perfect sense. Like, you gotta do something with your time. You gotta get better. That doesn't mean there couldn't be potentially valuable or educational things to watch on television, but
all the time that you spend not bettering yourself is time that you can't get back, and you can't. The time you spend bettering yourself today is going to yield the result tomorrow or a year and a half from today. Where if you spend that time today not bettering yourself, then it takes that time that would have been tomorrow and moves it to the next day, or that would have been a year and a half out that you saw the results from today. Now it goes out even further and further every time you don't take that action towards whatever it is you're trying to achieve. I just wanted to put this out here because I feel like this is something that should definitely be out there. I feel like the amount of time spent bettering oneself or continually educating oneself is obviously directly correlated with how much income somebody makes. If you guys have any questions, let me know down below in the comments. Look at this fresh deal I just got. Don't forget to subscribe and reach out to me on Instagram. Link is in the bio or description. Peace.